So I've come to find, Seniach, to be able to talk about robots. Now, robots is something here at the show that we have been talking quite a bit about. And I think what we've seen is the higher level of robots in putting into business. And actually, what we have here is an entry-level robot, isn't that right? Yeah. Now, first of all, before we have a little look at these robots, and you tell me a little bit about the company and why you guys set this up.
Sure. So we are called Automata, and we are on F102 down south in the hall, I guess, deeper in. We are an affordable robotics company. We're based in London. We are 5 years old. We've been shipping for the last 6 months, and we have nearly 100 robots in the field already. We have hundreds of orders. And this is basically an entry-level robot which is meant to make robotics affordable for applications where current offerings are either over-engineered or unsuitable. So our robots start at about 8,000 pounds, and they can be set up in a fraction of time, like about 15 minutes. So you're more than welcome to come to our booth and try to program one yourself. It's exceptionally simple. And we set this up because both me and Mustafa, my other co-founder, we come from an architecture background, and in architecture we were trying to use these heavy industrial robots for construction, and that didn't go so well. So we ended up sort of backtracking and doing it manually, and kind of realizing that maybe there's a lot of innovation potential here, and we could capitalize on that. So over the last 5 years, we now have a team of 40 people who have built this robot from the ground up, from scratch, the hardware, the software, everything. And this is a completely new robot on the market with its own sort of programming interface, but it is completely compatible with the entire ecosystem of grippers, of PLCs, of other programming devices, and a number of customers are already using it in packaging applications and inspection applications, in machine tending applications. So please come by and have a look.
I think this is going to be quite a game changer. We'll come around here and we'll have a little look, because what we've noticed at the show this year is that this is the future of business, and because staff is not readily available as much as it has been over the years, that we're going to have to catch up with our European and world counterparts here in the UK. And actually, this is a great way to start, to be able to add robots in, especially because you don't need a huge cage around it, because it stops, I presume, quite quickly, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So it does, and it's also extremely lightweight. So if we just come to the back, I would like to show you something, which is essentially, this is the box that the robot comes in, and we have it parked here, but you can't lift a robot in one hand anywhere else. And this thing has the controller built into it. This robot weighs only 9 kilos, and it's exceptionally, so the robot itself has been designed to be quite lightweight and safe, so even if it hits you, the impact force is quite low. But also, I'll just show you how the teaching works.
I want to meet Eva. Yeah, come on, you can show me how to use it. I'd like to say hello.
So if you can take a look at here, because this is where the software is going to run on the computer. So what happens here is we are looking at the dashboard, but this is the programmer's view. So what I'm going to do is, if you get this little thing here called the lock, which essentially allows you to program this robot via this computer, you can then simply press a button on this, and the software starts to respond live and observe what you're doing with the robot. And if you want to teach a point, you can simply press the other button here, and that point then, if you look back at the screen here, that point is now saved. This is the program, this is the point I just programmed. And I can simply take that point and drag it into the program and insert it wherever I want. So the entire programming, and now I've added that new point to the program without writing a single line of code, without opening anything other than an exceptionally visual interface. And another thing about this robot is, as you program it, even if you try to put your hand in, for example, and try to press get the robot to pinch my hand, it won't. So it has all of this collaborativeness taken care of in the very design, that no joint is too small where your hand can get trapped, and the robot sort of bounces off every time it comes close to a collision.
So she's a very polite robot.
Absolutely, she's a very polite robot. Very polite.
So what has the reaction been to this? Because from my perspective, if I had a business that I wanted to increase productivity in any way, and I wanted to add robots into that, this is just so incredibly easy. It's really tactile because it's the coding, I think, and the lack of understanding behind what is actually happening on the production line. And the fact that she is, as we were joking, is a polite robot, but she is friendly. You know, you feel like you're comfortable being around. It's not too big, it's not too intimidating, but yet it can really help with the process.
Yeah.
So what's the reaction been?
The reaction has largely been, a lot of people have been surprised at how affordable and friendly this is, which they're just not used to. They're used to shelling out 20, 30 grand of capital on this. And the other thing that this is the first British robot. There are no British robots on the market today. They're German, they are Swiss, they are Swedish, they're all sorts of countries. They're Japanese, they're American. But this is the first made in England, built from the ground up in London and hand assembled in UK currently. So this is a new hopefully a proud moment for the British robotics industry. And generally the reception to this has been exceptionally positive. One, at the value that it provides, and the second, that how competitive it is as compared to other industrial offerings.
Well, fantastic. Thank you very much for your time. Congratulations. And the British robotic industry should be very proud. And I'll look forward to seeing more of Eva.